you're not in control of whether or not a person will break your heart, but you can't let that stop you from pursuing things and living your life.
Oh no, I'll just start again. Sorry, I'm talking shit.
Okay. How are you, my internet family, and welcome back for another video featuring my little sister, this bitch, Jessie B.
Hello.
It's been a while since we collabed, and we know yous love our videos together.
We've never done a Q&A on Melanie's channel. We've only ever done one on my channel, so that's what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, we get asked quite a lot of questions individually and also as a twosome.
I think it's interesting doing a Q&A because you've so many different topics, whereas a lot of our videos that we do together
They're all about the one
yeah,
subject.
one topic. So in a video like this, we're going to be like covering and discussing a range of topics. So
rather like a podcast, which is something we'll be doing
very soon.
We asked you for questions on both Instagram and Twitter, and we got a huge variety. We're also going to keep you anonymous.
So the first question is Jessie going to be a bridesmaid? And to answer that, yes, I am. I'm going to be the maid of honour. I'm running the wedding. I'm running the hen. I'm running it all, okay?
Also, I've decided to not make you all wear the same dress because, like,
I'm so happy about that.
I have a man maid, or what would you call
a man maid?
Like a man maid, like a bridesmaid who's a man. What would you call it?
Man's maid.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
What do you call it when you have a man who's a bridesmaid?
A gentle's maid?
A gentle maid? So I have bunch of gals and then a male. I'm just gonna let them all wear whatever they want as long as it is in the same colour. I just like that idea because I feel like if everyone is wearing the same outfit, you're gonna be comparing yourself more.
Like everybody is a different shape and like different kind of dresses suit different people, so at least then everyone will be comfortable wearing what suits them. So I think I'm very happy with that. As an older sister, did you ever find it hard to balance being protective / motherly and friendly? Before you answer this, can I answer this?
For me. Okay.
On my behalf.
Yeah.
From like me, what I would think.
Okay.
There have been a number of times in my life where I've gotten really frustrated with Melanie because I think she's trying to be too motherly and she's acting like my mother would. And I'm like, you're my sister. Yeah. You know, you're not my mother. So why are you speaking to me like that? And why are you treating me like that? You know? So there have been times where I have been very frustrated.
That what my answer was going to be the same.
Really?
Yeah, because when we were younger, I shared a bedroom with you and I would like dress you for school. I would wash your hair over the bath. I wouldn't give you all of your meals and stuff like that because obviously we had parents, but like they worked and we would have like childminders and stuff help. But I did feel like as an older sibling that I was in some way responsible for you. And then when we were like older and you were a teenager, we didn't speak for years really. So there was like this big kind of time gap. And then when you got that bit older again and we started talking again, I didn't know how to like be in sister mode. So because you were so much younger than me, I just felt, and like one really interesting thing I covered in therapy that explains this is we talked about like this kind of PAC psychology, PAC, and it's parent, adult, child. Yeah. And in every relationship that you have, you're usually either in one mode or you're kind of going between these modes. And in a lot of unhealthy relationships, one person is in parent mode and one person is in child mode. That's only kind of okay when it's an actual parent and parenting their actual child. Parent mode is like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And that's the way I used to be with you.
And do you remember, Melanie, when I
didn't know how to like for us to just be both adults together.
Do you remember I'd say, was it about a year ago or about 2 years ago now? But I literally had to just sit Melanie down and I was like, Melanie, I feel like when I'm speaking to you, you don't listen to me. Yeah. I was like, it just feels like you're just trying to, you know, lecture me nearly. Like when I say something, it's like do this, and I was like, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I just want you to hear me. It's like you're just waiting for me to finish speaking so you can like
tell you what to do.
Yeah. So yeah, I do. That is, I think, is a really good question. We've never been asked that question.
Never.
And whoever asked that, kudos to you, because
I could talk about that for fucking hours.
Yeah, so could I. We could do like a whole goddamn video on that.
Someone asked, do you think you would ever live together? And like, I highly doubt we will. I think we would probably kill each other and fall out. But in my future home, when Thomas and I get our own house sorted and all that kind of thing down the line, I'll always want to have a room for you there.
Yeah.
Because I would just like that kind of family home vibe up in Dublin, you know?
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, when me and Melanie are together for too
Long.
we, like, no. Like, it's
We
really
clash.
not good. But in...
Short bursts.
It's great. Like, but I think it's just because, as well, it's family. Like, it's that kind of, like, you know, we've grown up together and all, and we're too comfortable together, so if we have a problem, it's just, we're not going to hold that back. Do you know, the way with a friend, you'd be a bit more like...
And also, we can be very similar in certain ways, like our time with the
are.
one. Like,
and, like, we're both so stubborn.
Very
we
stubborn,
can be
very hormonal.
We can be. We are. Me there trying to downplay it. We are so hormonal time, and our periods are, like, synced. Well, like, mine's, we don't get it at the same time, but our PMS is synced. Like, since I came off the pill, mine's like a bit more. Woo! How to deal with a friend who only ever talks about them and never asks about you.
So this
You
is kind of more of an advice thing.
the friend, and you put them in the bin, and you close the lid, and you bring the trash out to the front of your house, and you let the bin man pick them up. Honestly.
Kind of basically what she said, except I'd go about it a little bit gentler. In situations like that, I've kind of slowly pulled away until we don't really talk anymore.
Same.
And it's not usually in a kind of I hate you kind of way. It's just like, this is not a two-way relationship. This is very much a me holding you up, fucking all of the time.
Yeah.
And I can't handle it, so I'm going to back off.
Relationships, whether it's romantic or it's a friendship or it's family, I feel like it should, for the most part, be 50-50. Now, there are going to be times
Give and
where
take,
it's like
yeah,
more or whatever, but like, give and take, like, you know, they seem like a very selfish person, and you know, that's not a friend. You're a friend to them, but they're not a friend to you, so you don't want someone like that in your life, I would say.
So, the trash. How to get over somebody cheating on you. Broken up 3 months. Have no trust. When you find out, let us know, because we both have trust issues ourselves.
You don't get over it. Like, honestly, like, I feel like once you've been cheated on, it does always kind of affect you.
It can leave lasting damage. It does leave
like
lasting
scars.
damage, but you have to, it's almost like something we work around and that we are kind of constantly dealing with and working on.
Yeah.
It's not something that, like, I don't think, because we both had quite a traumatic experiences in our first relationships with that.
With cheating and trust. I think as well, you have to be very aware of yourself, I would say. And you need to be aware, because from this, it sounds like you are very aware.
Basically, everyone is not your ex. And I know right now you might be like, oh, I can never trust anybody again. But when you find the right person who's kind of very understanding and willing to work with you and be patient and that kind of thing, it is possible to build up a level of trust. And
trust is something that has to be earned.
Yeah, I feel like I don't trust anyone, but I don't mean that in the way it sounds. Like, it's not like I walk around expecting the worst of everyone all the time. Like, even people that I completely love, and like, I'd use this, like, I'd say trust. I don't trust anyone 100%, because I know that sometimes, like, if I've given over that trust and then, like, they break it, then I just feel really foolish and silly and stuff. So I kind of have a level of bubble wrap around myself, and I feel kind of strong enough that, like, if anyone does break the level of trust that I give them, that I'll be fine, if that makes sense. It does damage you, and, like, definitely let us know down below if you've been cheated on, you struggle with this as well.
Something I would say, though, in regards to cheating, and it's something that I myself have noticed, is that time, and it is so cliche, but time really is the best healer. And with time, you are going to feel better, and with time, with the right person, you will learn how to trust again. And it's just very raw right now, but it's not going to be like that forever. And when I first got cheated on, I was inconsolable. And, you know, anyone telling me this stuff, I was like, no, it's absolute crap. It's BS. Like, I am never going to be with someone.
Everyone's
going to
hurt me
again. Everyone's going to hurt me. But look at me now. Like, I'm in a relationship and I'm so happy with him and I trust him. And you know what I mean? So you can get there. You 100% can. You've just got to trust the process.
You're not in control of whether or not a person will break your heart, but you can't let that stop you from pursuing things and living your life. Hope for the best. Go with someone who proves themselves to you and builds up that trust and earns that respect and that trust. Like, and
if somebody's gonna betray your trust, no matter what you do or say, they're still going to do it. You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So all you can do is put your trust in them and hope that they don't. But at the end of the day, if someone is going to hurt you, they're going to do it. You know
you
what
have
I
to be
mean?
okay by yourself.
Thoughts on diet culture?
In the bin.
Yeah, in the bin, in the trash with the bin man, and we don't need to say anything more about that. No, I really don't agree with any of that.
Yeah, diet culture is like, to me, you know, skinny teas, suck this lollipop and you'll lose loads of weight. It's this constant pursuit of thinness.
Appetite suppressants.
Yeah.
And
anything to make you not eat.
Yeah.
And to cut things out and to not eat enough and to be hungry and
Which
the
is so
glamorization of that. It's bullshit. But like, at the end of the day, right, we all have a diet. The word diet isn't a bad word in itself.
No.
We all have a diet that we eat. What I like to do and what I like to put out there is 80-20, like most of the time eating healthy
Balance,
stuff,
yeah.
and then, you know, having the bit of processed stuff, going out to eat the odd time. I fuel my body for my workouts and to live. Like, I eat 6 times a day. I do not mess about with food.
I think people need to remind themselves that food is fuel. Like, that's what food is there for, to fuel our brain, to fuel our body, to fuel our organs. Like, it is not this enemy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is there for us to bloody live. And I just think there is just such an unhealthy, I don't know, mindset around food and all these diet products. And like, I've even been offered to promote these skinny teas and all
Oh
this,
my
and
God,
I
same,
never
yeah.
would. Like, I literally ever, like, I
They're literally
wouldn't
just laxatives. Like,
Yeah.
they make you lose weight, but it's just like water and shite, basically. Just make you shite yourself. And I think it's it's a very toxic mindset. Even with people who need to lose weight for health reasons, I personally don't agree with the massive calorie deficit. I feel like people should eat at what their maintenance is, like what they need to just exist every day. So that their body is getting all that nutrition, but then just increase your exercise and lose weight very, very slowly. Because when I was overweight when I was younger, I lost a lot of weight. I lost it a bit too quickly. I did eat healthy and all that to lose it, but then I developed eating disorders because my body was in starvation mode.
But
and
when
you can avoid that.
Yeah. I think when you lose weight, though, something else people forget is when you lose weight like that really fast, it's never going to stay off because you've lost it in an unhealthy way. You've not lost it in a healthy way, so your body's like in panic mode and is like then going to be hanging on to any calories you put into it. So you're not doing yourself any favors, you know.
So like there's an awful lot of talk around paleo and intermittent fasting and all these kinds of things. And you know, some things are like a lifestyle that people will adopt, but if it's ever like a short-term fix, like no carbs before marbs or just living off of this shake for a few days,
you know,
they're
you always
bullshit.
see people promoting, and a lot of the Love Island kind of people and stuff promote these it's like a sauce, a caramel chocolate sauce with no calories, no nothing, no gluten, none. It's like, then what is in it? What is
Chemicals
in these products?
and,
Like, you're putting into it, like, people don't think of it. It's like, oh yeah, no calories, no this, no that, great, but there are some kind of ingredients.
Calories aren't bad for you.
No,
we
need them. So the next question is, do you want to have kids at the same time so cousins can be close? And
I never even thought about that, about how our kids will be cousins.
literally, like, I saw this question and I was like, Mel, it's like, me and your kids are going to be first cousins. Like, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
That is crazy. And, because see, like, Melanie, like, you're obviously 8 years older than me.
Yeah, it's a big age gap, you know, and while there'd be nothing wrong at all with you having a kid, like, I know a lot of young people do have kids. I think, didn't Kylie Jenner even have a fucking kid?
She's okay. She's my age.
Yeah, like, a lot of young people still do have children, but I think it's a lot more common now to wait until you're a bit more financially established, you're established in, you know, just in your mind and yada yada yada. But like, yeah, I intend on starting to try for my first baby next year, and I'm really hoping
I'm gonna be a godmother.
Yeah, I'm really Jessie's gonna be a godmother, but I'm hoping I'll have one before next Christmas.
I'm gonna be that godmother that's like, do you just want to go out and get some dinner? I'll come up and mind the baby, or like, you should go and stay away for the night.
Do you think maybe by the time I'm having like my third child, you might be having your first child?
Oh yeah.
So they will be close in age, you know?
I want to have my kids younger than you.
Yeah.
And I've always...
I love the way you paused there just to see how my reaction was, like, younger than you, because you're an old hag.
No, you're not.
I
Will you
know.
feck off? Look, do you want to know what? Like, this is how bloody young she looks. We were in the supermarket today, and
Okay.
she was like, "Can I have a scratch card?" And she goes, "Are you over 18?" Like, that's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, you're not an old hag. Like, shut the hell up.
I'm an old hag.
Um,
My ovaries are hanging on by this. I'm joking.
But the
Don't
fact-
panic if you're my age and I'm waiting to have kids. I just like to slag myself.
the fact that I feel like our kids probably could be close in age. Like, your last one to my first or whatever. Oh, that'd be so nice. But I also feel like, you know, them being close in age doesn't really matter, because when you get older, like, even us, there's 8 years, and we get on so well, like, we're so close. So I feel like when you get older, if there's an age gap, you can still be close.
It only makes a difference when you're young.
When you're kids, they can play together.
Yeah, we can help each other. Oh. Have you ever been in the position of choosing between two men? How did you handle it? Anytime I've been single, really. It's not always just between two men. It's just sometimes just between two people.
Yeah.
But yeah, and how do I handle it? Like, you
I
always,
don't.
you always do know, like, where your gut is leaning
Oh,
towards.
yeah,
Like,
you always know.
you always have
a preference.
like a person that you feel like you click with better, or that just, I don't know, that your lives slot together more, you're more sexually attracted to them,
More compatible.
more compatible. Yeah. And I would just I'm very into my pros and cons lists massively.
Yeah.
So, like, a couple of times in the past, I've kind of really, really fancied a couple of people, and say I'm still in that very early stages of dating, like,
Yeah.
you know, you're not getting to the point where you're talking about going into a relationship or anything, but you're kind of trying to figure out, like, which one to spend more time with,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I would always kind of, like, weigh it up, you know, like,
Yeah.
like a seesaw.
Yeah, I think as well, like, I just started getting better at listening to my gut. And stop following, like, my heart or my head, or just, like, because, like, this person makes me, like, oh, like, you know, I'll giddy or whatever. And I just got better at actually listening to my gut, and, like, you know, long term then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
because sometimes someone can sound so perfect on paper as well, and
but you
it
spend
just
time
doesn't
with them,
work.
and it's like, no, you know, and, like, there's been people like that I thought would be a great match for me, and then I spend some time with them, and I'm just like,
There was clashing.
No.
I really want to answer this question, okay? What's your opinion on the fact that lots of Jessie's videos are fast fashion hauls? And, like, I can't handle how much shit you get from my audience. So if any of you are, like, people who've left her comments and you follow me, because, like, I'm trying to shop more sustainably now, please listen to what I'm about to say. Like, Jessie's 21, okay? When I was 21, I would get so excited about, like, going down to New Look or going to Topshop or, you know, anything like that. And, like, absolutely, I was aware of people talking about the environment and all that kind of stuff. But, like, I had different priorities. I had a lot less money. I was much more focused on concentrating on my mental health. Like, I was just at a different life stage. I don't think it's as black and white as, like, oh, well, you're aware of the problems this causes, so why are you still doing it? Like, I get that from vegans. And 99% of people are not a vegan. And, you know, so it's kind of hypocritical when people do some things that are bad for the environment. Like, you know, Thomas, my partner, flies airplanes. Flying one airplane a year doubles your carbon footprint, okay? But he's vegetarian and he does other things for the environment.
yeah, I think we all do
It's
our own bit.
Our own things. And, you know,
Different.
I have a feel, like you were saying you want to do more thrifting. Like, I have a feeling you are going to veer more toward that. But,
Yeah.
like, sustainable shopping isn't that easy when you
It's
don't have that
not.
much money.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the nice stuff is quite expensive. If you want to get stuff in your exact size and your exact style, you kind of have to shop at these stores like Reformation, like where this outfit's from, and it's really expensive, guys.
Yeah.
Like, so just I don't care. Like, I'm gonna go and help her get a sponsored photo today for Instagram for fast fashion. Like, just because I'm not taking those jobs anymore doesn't mean I judge people who do. And that is just, I really dislike that quality in people, that judgmental high horse stance people take, because people always just love to attack someone who's doing something different from them.
I think as well, like, what I find crazy is, like, you know, the way people, like, are really judgmental of stuff like that, but they're the people who hate being judged.
Yeah.
Yet they're the first to judge other people.
Yeah. And you know that they're buying food that's wrapped in plastic, and that, you know, probably drive cars.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing lots of things
I
that
don't
are
have
bad
a
for the
car, I
environment.
use public transport, you know, so we all have our own little things.
It's kind of like with the cruelty-free thing. Like, I never publicly said like I'm going cruelty free, because I just didn't really believe in it. I don't really believe many things in life are cruelty free. And like, for example, like China is now changing its laws, mostly thanks to lobbying by brands like L'Oreal, like big brands that weren't cruelty free. Like EU makeup was always cruelty free, so the stuff we were actually using wasn't being tested on animals. It's just that those companies, like mother companies, were still choosing to sell in China. And like I had a lot of uncomfortable like feelings about people adopting this and like kind of using it in their Twitter bios like I'm cruelty free, it's some kind of morality. Oh god, next question, I'm gonna get it on.
Which celeb would you sleep with in a blink of an eye?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Lana Del Rey. Why don't you guys see each other much? I think with that though, it's a case of like we'll go through times where we see each other a lot.
Loads,
and then there could be like 2 months we don't see each other, but it's solely because at the moment I live in Roscommon, which is like the country of Ireland. So for me to get from where I live to Melanie's takes me about nearly 4 hours.
Yeah, it takes the guts of half a day. And the thing is, our partners are on kind of different schedules as well, so we're trying to work around our jobs and seeing our partners
and friends,
and like even fitting in my mates I'm finding hard lately. Like some of my closest friends, like I might see them like once a month at the moment. Sometimes I'll go through, I'll see them twice a week, 1 week or whatever, but it just depends. Like life just gets in the way, but like
there's no reason,
like we've not fallen out or anything like that.
But I am looking to move up to Dublin like very soon.
We
are actively looking for an apartment, so hopefully
not us, him, her and her boyfriend.
And so yeah, once I'm up in Dublin we will see each other way more, because it'll be so much easier for us to see each other. Like we could just spend the day together or whatever. But,
I can't wait. Someone asked one thing that we really love about each other. And like my thing, there's no word for it. It's just like Jessie-isms. Like you just do and say these weird things, and they're just things that no one else does.
Give me an example.
Like you do this kind of thing out the corner of your eye, like where you're looking at me like this from the side.
Do I?
Like you do this kind of thing where you're like, it's impossible to explain, but it's just her personality, your essence, your aura, your just. Your weirdness.
I was going to say that. I'd say one thing I really love about you, and there's so many, but you're very kind, I'd say.
Aww.
Yeah, I'd say you're really kind. Like, I'd say she's a really, really kind person. And, like, I think that's a very rare thing. Like, not a lot of people are genuinely kind and, like, will do it, like, to help someone else.
It's really nice. I love you too.
I mean it.
Oh, I mean it too.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry now for my video.
No. If you'd like to listen to us chat a bit more, we did a video over on Jessie's channel about our fitness journeys, as I said. So that is in the top link of the description box. And give it a thumbs up. This one first, if you enjoyed it. And we'll see you in another collab
very soon. Bye.